Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I am with Sister Talat today for the interview, inshallah khair. So Sister Talat, can you tell me more about yourself? How you first got into art? When did it start? Was it something that was recent or did it take a long time to realize?
A very long time ago, like a lifetime ago, I studied art at college and textile design. I did a degree in, and then after marriage, it just fell apart. So I didn't actually take it any further. And married life and children got I just got busy with that and work and never, it just got, it went to the background, yeah. And here and there I did it, but it wasn't really like my heart wasn't in it that much, yeah. And then I was caring for my Ammi for quite some years, and I started again to get my mind off um, just the care, because it's quite intense caring for somebody who is at the end of life. Yeah, so it, I decided to start back into it as a hobby to um, for my own mental health, and I did a lot of Allah's names and to get myself into just somewhere in a better place. Yeah, so I just tried to, and I'm a very visual person, so learning a lot, I wanted to learn Allah's names, and I thought, well, if I paint them I might actually um memorize them. So somehow I still haven't memorized them properly. I just, each time I forget, and then I start again and do it again, and it's just sometimes I'm getting more familiar, but it started off as a hobby on, and it's progressed um from there, really. Yeah, so I still consider it to be more of a, for my own mental health. So if it gets further, that's fine. If it doesn't, that's fine as well, because I started it for a different reason. So that's my journey, really.
I definitely agree with that. Everyone has their certain reasons when it comes to
Yeah,
art. Some of them
yeah,
is just for their own healing. Some of them
yeah,
is because they want to do a lot more with it. So subhanAllah, your
yeah,
reasons are definitely valid, subhanAllah.
yeah,
And I definitely one thing as well, like we all struggle with like some of us struggle with learning the 90 names of Allah, but when we
yeah.
always like kind of familiarize
Yeah,
with
yeah. You,
ourselves
you
these
start
names.
becoming familiar with the names and the meanings, because I wanted to learn the meanings as well. And the other thing is that after Ami returned to Alamia, I think of it as sadaqah for her, so every time I do something, it's the intention of giving her reward. So it's more sort of for other reasons, yeah. So that's why I I was, more sort of not really doing it as a business or anything like that. So yeah.
No, it is beautiful, tabarakallah. Can I ask you more about the specific work that you are presenting for the exhibition, inshallah? Is there
Yeah.
any specific techniques or anything that inspired you in terms of it, or like a meaning behind it?
Yeah. Uh, the painting is this one here. Okay, in next. Yeah. Okay. So this is I've been very, very interested in uh, blurry photography for a long time. Yeah. So and then it progressed on to blurry images. So because I'm a high myope, I'm myopic. So when I take my glasses off, I can only see blurry images. Yeah. So I've been like doing a lot of imagery with that. Yeah. So uh, and then the I did a painting before. Originally, when I saw the prompt, I thought, "Oh, I'll do this." Yeah. So the painting that I actually originally did was this one here. So that one there. So that one is Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil, and then it's blurry trees at the background. And I thought that that could be a good good thing to present, yeah, because that's something I was really interested in. Then I thought I had this image in my head for another one, and I wanted to put Allah's name Al Basir somewhere because it's Allah's all-seeing. So it's like my limitations of what I can see, and but Allah Ta'ala is always, He can see everything. There's so much, there's no limits to that. And that's the prompt from it, and that's how I got to that image. And it's more linked to my own flaws, with the blurry images. So what's I don't see, and then Allah seeing. So the image that the photograph was this one here. So print out of it, I'm afraid. And my glasses were at the front, and that I took the glasses out and put Allah's name there, so that it sort of reiterates the meanings behind the painting. I hope that makes sense.
It does, tabarakallah, honestly. It's an interesting perspective as well, thinking of Al Basir, Allah's name, the all seeing. You think about even in terms of like physical eyesight, you can even say that, whenever we plan something and we don't
Yeah,
really see what's going to happen next, but Allah
yeah,
knows and He
yeah.
sees it before we do, subhanAllah. So
That's
it's
it. Yeah.
very much a beautiful piece, tabarakallah.
And then there's another meaning behind it, that it's not just physically what Allah sees and what we see and things like that, but it's Allah's protection over us as well, because Allah Al-Basir is protecting us, and because He's seeing a lot of things, and it's that linked to that protection as well. So that was quite important for me as well. And I wanted, I don't know if I did the correct thing, but I wanted a different font for the lettering. So I was searching through the fonts, and because my glasses were circular, I've chose a font which is quite bubbly and circular. I don't know if it goes, but this is what I chose, but we'll see how it's received.
Inshallah khair. But honestly, how
Yeah.
confidence in your work, tabarakallah, is amazing. And the concept behind it is beautiful, tabarakallah.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my next question, Allah,
Mm.
inshallah. Can you describe what drives your creative practice? Is there something about art that feels essential or meaningful? Or is it just, as in terms of something that you do as a hobby? Is there something further than that, maybe a purpose behind it as well?
Yeah, the purpose is because I want to incorporate Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala somewhere in it, yeah. So there's always going to be either calligraphy or links to it. So there might be something about it, how important things are, but it has to be that it's readable. So these are like criterias that I do. But the other thing is that it's um, I want people to actually see it, and I want people to um, read it, remember Lamia. It's all these reasoning behind it. Because ultimately, the reason why I started it was for more of the link was a me. So it was more sort of for a me sake. So it's always going to go towards a me, all the sadaqahs and anything that, uh, what's the word? Um, any what's the word? What am I saying? I'm not sure what I'm saying, but is any oh my God. The other thing is that I am a menopausal, so my head goes, I get brain fog a lot, so things go out of my head. So what I'm trying to train of saying, I'm totally lost no train of thought now. So sorry. I'm so sorry about
No,
that.
no, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, inshallah khair. So I can probably ask this question.
Mm,
In terms of being a Muslim artist, was there
mm,
any moment where you decided to kind of bring art and faith together? I know in terms of your ummi, that was one of
mm,
them. Was there
mm,
any other moment, even something small or big, that which, kind of shapes who you are today as a person as well? Maybe a
mm.
certain painting that kind of reflects that?
Yeah, so the the very first painting I did, it's gone to my son. He's got it now, and I did it for him. So I did the names of Allah, like the all 99 names in a big painting. and that that was a good starting point because I originally did it to start me. I didn't think it was going to go any further. I was just did it, and I thought I don't even know how it happened. It just sort of like happened, all of a sudden. I hadn't painted for um, uh, probably about 25 years, yeah. So I hadn't done any sort of art, like proper art. I did it here and there a little bit, but it wasn't, I didn't, it was like I had writer's block. I couldn't even visualize anything. I, 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 I was just rolling around, and all of a sudden it just appeared and he had made it. And then after that, it was just very, very, it's like a Lamia just lifted something, and I managed, I started doing it. And it's one where I can see paintings in my head now, which I couldn't do before. And it's like that shukr, that to say Alhamdulillah that this has happened, that's so every painting has got that link, so it's always going to be that level of shukr, so to say to Allah Mia, thank you for this, because however long is I'm doing it, and then Allah Ta'ala can take it away anytime. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing it as long as possible, and get as many uh, blessings as possible. That's all.
Subhanallah. I'll
Mm.
always take this, this talent for like granted, like if we
Yeah,
didn't have it, how would we be afterwards, subhanAllah? Like there's so many
yeah,
gifts out there, but there's always
yeah.
something
Yeah.
specific that Allah grants to us. How are we going to
That's
use
it,
it? How
yeah.
are we going
And
to
then who
voice it?
knows what the Allah Ta'ala, he uses people for certain things, and maybe I might inspire somebody, and then that was a blessing there, isn't there? So it's always, you never know what influence you have on people. Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely.
Mm.
So my next question is, in terms of being a Muslim and an artist, has there ever been any tension between those two identities, especially within the West? Has it been easy to express that, or has it been a little bit difficult?
Oh, very difficult. Lots of people have said, "Oh, I should exhibit in certain places, or I should go somewhere, or show my artwork there." And I think twice about it. I don't think it will be accepted. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions. Maybe it would be. I don't know, but um, it's I don't know if I'm strong enough for that, to fight that, to make myself known in those spaces. So I wouldn't even consider doing it. Yeah. So for me, even exhibiting with yourselves, that was a big step for me. I don't know. Because I'm not. Even though I call myself it, I'm not. I don't think I'm an artist because I just fallen into it. Yeah. So I'm just, I'm just doing what I can do. That's all. So I don't know if it would be accepted everywhere. I'm not sure.
I'd
Mm.
say one
And
thing as
even
well.
in our community, I don't think it's accepted sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah.
I'd say one thing for sure is that subhanAllah, you've taken a very big step for yourself. And
Mm.
even calling ourselves an artist, anyone that creates, anyone that builds something so small, they are classed as an artist. So subhanAllah, you are a beautiful artist, by the way, tabarakallah. And honestly, I understand the tension and the fears, the
Mm.
mindset as well. It's something that
Mm.
a lot of Muslim artists go through, and it's
Yeah.
not something that we even talk about. So the fact that you're vulnerable about it means, you're accepting a certain part, that this is, exists, this is real.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
Muslim artists are going through this. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
kind of shows that you're kind of representing them and showing that, it is okay, but you can do
Yeah.
more, inshallah. You can definitely do
Yeah.
more. And you go
I
at your
think
own pace.
it's a mindset, people's community mindset. People, because it's not considered a profitable profession. It's sort of people discourage it. Yeah, so it's not one of the where to go into lightly. If you some people compelled to draw. They're compelled to paint as much as possible, or whichever medium they want to use. But yeah, it's just one of those where hopefully society changes their mindset, but who knows?
Absolutely, definitely.
Mhm.
So this leads on to my next question.
Mm.
So in terms of the exhibition, what do you want the visitors or other people to understand or experience through your artwork? So when they encounter encounter your work in the exhibition, what do you want them to know about you as a Muslim artist?
I ultimately, I think I want them to maybe ponder on it a bit because it doesn't, when you look at it, it's not straight away. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm thinking, I'm thinking more sort of they should think about what's happening in the painting, like contemplate it a little bit. Because I could have done a generic thing, with normal lettering and just done something very, very simple or something. But I took a different turn because I thought maybe a little bit more thought, when you ponder on it, maybe we'll uh, the meanings of things might because I suppose if you don't have a bit of written information, you probably might not get it then. So I'm not sure actually, to be honest. I don't really know. I just sort of did it. I don't even know if I want people to um what I want them to get out of it. But it was more of my meanings towards things, like my eyesight, my interpretation of the world, that kind of thing. So maybe people will get it, maybe they won't. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Inshallah khair. So my last one for you is, can you tell me your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. Um, oh no, I don't know. Um, what kind? What do you mean? Sorry.
So something that kind of helps you through the day, something that you always remember. It could be anything, honestly.
Something I always remember. Uh, uh, to be honest, what's coming into my head is Hasbiyallah wa ni'mal wakeel, because that's one of the most powerful things in my life that's helped me. Yeah, and is my father-in-law taught me years ago, and it's just stayed with me. So that's what I read a lot. So there's it's the the thing that's sort of stuck to me mainly. Yeah. Um, Yeah, because Ammi's was Subhanallah. She did tasbih of Subhanallah all the time. So that's why some of my paintings, a lot of them are Subhanallah paintings. Uh, but yeah, this Hasbiyallah, I would say that's my bit that I cling to all the time. Yeah.
Amazing, tabarakallah. So that brings us to the end of the interview. Jazakallah
Jazakallah.
khair for coming on and speaking with me, inshallah khair.
Jazakallah. Yeah, shukriya.